The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau was founded back in 2011 in the wake of the financial crisis with the express purpose of protecting consumers. It was proposed and then established by a then little-known Harvard professor named Elizabeth Warren. She was prevented by Republicans from leading the agency, which led pretty directly to her becoming a U.S. senator and the Elizabeth Warren you know today. In the last 14 years, the CFPB has recovered over $20 billion from consumers. But now, Doge champion Elon Musk tweeted, CFPB, RIP. I'm joined now by Senator Elizabeth Warren, ranking member of the Banking Committee, who's calling on the Trump administration to, quote, remove members of Elon Musk's Doge from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, end quote, citing the risk of Musk, quote, enriching himself at the expense of American taxpayers through Doge's illegal efforts to dismantle the CFPB, end quote. Senator Warren, good to see you. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Good to be with you.
I don't know how many years it's been that you and I have been talking about CFPB. I think since before it started.
Yes.
I never understood then, and I don't understand now. If you want to target the government for waste, fraud, and inefficiency, why would you go after the place that actually has a record, $20 billion or more, being returned to consumers who would not have been able to get that money from predatory companies?
Well, you obviously wouldn't, because this is an agency that is the cop on the beat just to make sure people don't get cheated, and it has really delivered on that. Think about it this way, Allie, when we talk about those numbers, it has found more than $20 billion where these big banks have cheated people. And the agency didn't just say, shame on you, don't do it again. It said, you give that money back to the people you cheated and watched them and made them do it. Man, to me, that is government efficiency.
Now, there are a couple of things here. One is obviously you're invested in your work in the Senate and in your work through founding the CFPB in the CFPB. But there's a conflict of interest that you and Adam Schiff write about here with Elon Musk having anything to do with the structuring or restructuring of CFPB. Why?
So here's the story. Remember how Elon Musk bought Twitter, turned it into X, and hemorrhaged buckets of money? Well, he announced, hey, he had another plan to make more money, and that is he would create something called X Money. And the idea was, in the same way that X now gets all of your social media information, you would give them all your financial information and make financial transactions on this site. Now, he can do that. He can launch a financial platform, but when he does, he's going to have a cop standing right over his shoulder, just making sure that he follows the law, that he doesn't cheat people, he doesn't trick people, and he doesn't suck up all of their personal information to use it however he wants or sell it wherever he wants. One cop on the beat would be looking over Elon Musk's shoulder, and you know where that cop is going to come from. It's from the CFPB. So this looks like a really plausible business plan. If you're a bank robber, how about, if you get the chance, fire the cops before you waltz into the lobby of the bank? And Elon Musk appears to have decided he will sideline the financial cops before he decides to launch his own personal platform. That is why Elon Musk should not be allowed anywhere near the CFPB. It is a clear conflict of interest. And Senator Schiff and I are after this right now. This is fundamentally wrong for him to be doing this.
Here's the problem with all of the dismantling. In fact, it's the same thing with what Donald Trump said about Ukraine today. When systems work in the background, like our international world order or our governmental systems like CFPB, people don't know that they work. They don't necessarily get it. So how do you advance from a letter from you and Adam Schiff into creating enough of a stir that people fight back and say, you can't take these things away that actually work? Everybody wants government to be more efficient. There's no question about that.
So, you put your finger on it, and that is, you got to create the stir. People have to remember why this agency works for them. That $21 billion went back into their pockets. Right now, more than 6.5 million people have filed complaints with the CFPB and gotten help from that agency. That CFPB is very popular among Democrats, Republicans, independents, because they recognize having a cop on the beat keeps the playing field level, and that's what they want to see. Last week, we had Jerome Powell, the head of the Fed, in for testimony before the Banking Committee, and I just asked him flat out. I said, with the CFPB sidelined, who is out there? Who's the one watching to make sure you don't get cheated on any of your financial products? And his answer was, nobody. There's nobody there. So that means for anybody who's listening to this, if you have a credit card, a checking account, a savings account, you have a mortgage, you have a car loan, you have a student loan, you use Venmo or any of the other online platforms, just understand, maybe you won't get cheated, but the cops have all been told, leave the field. That's what Elon Musk has done. And I think that's pretty alarming. And all of us need to push back on this. We want our financial cops back on the beat.